be right under the chest. Our elbows should be deep. When we lock, if we're going to the right side, our left hand should be closest to the body, squeezing with our elbows. If we're going to the left, our right arm should be closest to the body, squeezing with our elbows. That position has to be on the rib cage, underneath the chest, but still on the ribs. Our elbows should be deep. If you're going to the right, your left hand should be closest to the body. If you're going to the left, your right hand should be closest to the body. Positioning with a gut wrench, our head should be centered, our arms should be centered, and our feet should be centered. If we do this, it's going to keep our opponents knowing which way we're going. Once we get positioned, we're going to step high inside with our feet, knees on the outside. We're going to tripod straight forward on our opponent. When we tripod, it's going to get forward pressure. We're going to step high with an inside. If we're going to the right side, we're going to step high with our inside leg, our left leg, and high outside with the right side, and continue to drive our opponents over the body. Once we squeeze our opponents with our arms, the rest of the work is with our legs. We have to tripod from the inside. Right here, we're going to tripod from the inside, step high inside, step high outside, continue to drive our opponent, and rotate through. And we rotate through, our knees, we should land up on our knees behind our opponent. Bring your knees back underneath of you. Going from a gut wrench to a wrist trap, switch direction gut wrench. To do this, we're going for a gut wrench. Our opponent reaches underneath of his body across to our knee. What we're going to do is we're going to keep our lock, and with our arm that is away from our body, we're going to reach and grab his wrist or his forearm or his elbow, whatever we can grab, drive him down to his shoulder, and jump over the body. It ends up being like a trapped arm guide. An important transition for us is going from a gut wrench to a leg in, because we have a lot of attacks from a leg in. To do this, we're going to simply do a gut wrench. Let's say we go left to right. We're going to start our gut wrench, and as we start going on a gut wrench, we're going to slide our right leg underneath, and as we rotate back up on top, we're going to pull our right knee out, figure 4, and hop forward with that leg so we're high on the thigh. We're going from a gut wrench to a leg in to a trapped arm guide. To do this, once we have our leg in and it figure forward, we're going to keep our arm underneath our opponent's near side, underneath the armpit, so we can lift our opponent over the top. Here another angle. We got a gut wrench, we're going for it, we got a leg in. Now immediately we're sliding, we're bringing our arm elbow to elbow on the far side. Our near side arm is lifting every push of our foot over the top. Grab our hands, cinch ourselves back, and come away from the arm when you turn on the trapped arm guide. We're going from a gut wrench to a leg in to a far side chicken wing. We got to hop with our legs and rotate our hips over the body. We're going to pull once we get the chicken wing, we're going to pull ourselves back so our chest is on the top of the small of their back, and let their elbow slide out so we can see their elbow. That gives us more control. Right here we're pulling ourselves back and simply coming back over the top. Transitioning from a leg in to a crotch lift. When our opponent hips up, we're going to go to a crotch lift. To do this, our arm that reaches over the hip is going to grab the wrist of our inside hand or our near hand, and we're going to run with our feet. Now we have to get our legs into this. Instead of pulling so much with our arms, we have to let our thighs and knees do the work. So point your knees straight backwards, so he's basically laying on your thigh right here, driving back. As we throw it, we can let go of the hand lock midway through and just throw the rest of it with one hand and post the other hand. Going from a far side knee pull to a deep waist, we're going to reach elbow to elbow and tripod, step high with our outside leg, drive our opponent over the top. Once we get in this position, if we want to go towards the trapped arm, we got to just hold it. Don't roll to that side. If we want to roll through, we can come to the opposite side, hold it, and then roll through after we get our points. The important thing here is when we go from the knee pull to the deep waist, as soon as we let go of the knee, we have to tripod to lock his position. And then we'll just reach elbow to elbow with our free arm there. But we have to get that tripod motion to lock his position. Here we're going to a high thigh to a deep waist. Coming high thigh, jumping out. When our knees bounce, we're pulling him into our lap, going to a deep waist and into a tripod, again to lock his position. So here again, we're going to go lift the leg with the outside arm and sink our inside arm deep, jump out. When our knees hit, we're going to pull him in, tripod, and then from here, we'll go into our trapped arm gut position. We'll get a deep waist, and we reach and step at the same time. So we tripod first, and we'll reach and step at the same time. When you reach, you want to be elbow to elbow, because when we lock with a trapped arm gut, we want to end up elbow to elbow. So if we begin there, we'll end there. Okay, so we're just going to reach here, step, and drive our opponent over the top. You'll see it in a second here. We're going to drive it over the top. Okay, hold position, adjust our lock while the shoulder is down. Okay, so we're going to tripod, reach, step, and drive. And now we have good trapped arm gut position. Here we're going to go from an inside leg ride to a trapped arm gut. When we inside leg ride, we're going to step high with our outside leg, go elbow to elbow, and we're going to, as we push off our leg, we're going to lift our opponent's armpit and his body over the trap, what would eventually be the trapped arm. Here we are again. We're going from a leg ride, a regular leg ride. We're going to switch it to an inside leg ride. Instead of figure four, and step with your outside leg, elbow to elbow. Drive our opponent over the top of it with one push, lock our hands, and then we have a trapped arm gut.